Today's video is about follow-up on the naturopathic visit. Also, with the naturopathic doctor, the office is a very old house and the inside is stylized so beautiful and it's just so pretty. We are on our way to the naturopathic doctor. I'm hoping he will let me at least record audio. There we go. And because I won't be able to remember all those details and the content. And so not only is it important for me and my spouse, but I feel like it's important to you guys. Anybody viewing, especially if you're considering consulting a naturopath or seeing a naturopathic doctor, it's great to have that info. I needed all that info from a couple people that I know who saw this naturopathic doctor, and so I'm really wanting to pass that experience and information on to viewers. Yeah, so I'll see you there. I'm here early for the appointment, and I just slammed my finger in the door. Like, major slammed it. Door completely closed, my finger stuck inside. It hurt like crazy like 5 minutes ago, but it's calming down. I'm just gonna have a bruise. I'll ice it when I get home. For now, I wanna take some pictures and video so I can show you what this place looks like. So the entrance is through there. Had to come up all these stairs. And the railing is so pretty. I took it one step at a time. And here's the piece is off, but it's really pretty down there. I'll try to get a close-up of that. So then there's all these little old-fashioned pieces of furniture. Photos, this one, this one. Pretty. Cool. That's better. Feels way better. Okay, so I'm sorry about the shaded glasses. They're the kind that just turn, you know, shaded, and I can't see a thing without them. I've got notes here to follow, so hopefully I will stay on track. So I just want to recap. When I went to see the naturopath on my very first visit, first he asked me questions, lots of questions about history, reviewed my history, all about my Sjogren's and other autoimmune symptoms. And then he did an exam, like he's got a table. He went right straight to my, tender points that tend to be people have for fibromyalgia. And he also did an abdominal exam, and he did on my earlobe, a prick for food sensitivity and intolerance testing. He ordered a list of labs for my primary care to order. Then what I did was follow up with him in 1 month. I got my results. So the food sensitivity testing came back as dairy as my #1 offender, and I expected that. And he did talk about any kind of dairy, even ghee, which is clarified butter. And he said there are dairy products in many foods that can be considered as hidden because it's an additive that is derived from dairy, but in the state it's in, it's not dairy, but it's not considered dairy, but it's still an offender. Many products have it, and it doesn't have to be listed as dairy on the ingredients. And I will give you a list of what to look for to tell you this has a derivative of dairy in it. Soy didn't turn up on there as a sensitivity or an intolerance, which surprises me because when I drank soy milk, the 2 times I tried it, within like a couple hours, I had severe cramping, severe GI distress, and it took a good 2 weeks for it to fully resolve. So that's why I'm thinking maybe it's something in the soy milk, like one of those hidden products. So the third thing is a grain potato combination, like when you're eating grain and potatoes at the same time or within the same 8-hour period. That's also an offender. And again, there's hidden ingredients in some grain products, some processed foods. A lot of processed foods have a potato-derived ingredient, like for freshness and flavor or thickenings, potato starch. And so again, what happens is it doesn't have to be listed in the ingredients as potato. And it's any potatoes, combination with any grains and any potatoes together within the same 8-hour period. And again, I will list on the in the description box what those names are to look on your labels to see if something has potato-derived ingredients or dairy-derived ingredients. That's really important. The fourth thing is a type of magnesium deficiency, magnesium phosphorusum. It's a cellular salt that I'm deficient in. And so I was given this brown bottle of drops. It's 5 drops on the tongue 3 times a day, and you're supposed to not do it within 15 minutes of eating, and you can sip a little water with it. It's all right. So the thing about the drops and this replacement of the magnesium salt is that somehow taste is associated with having enough of it on a cellular level. So this means how much of it is actually in your cells. And the taste, he said, once after you start it, once it starts to taste bad or not good, then you need to stop it for 1 month and then restart it again until it tastes bad. I follow up with him in 1 month, and between now and then, if it begins to taste bad, that's when I stop. Wait a month, restart it. I feel really blessed to have a primary care provider willing to order those labs. Now I'm drinking lots of water because my mouth is so dry. There were 3 labs that were really out of range. So what they ordered to begin with was CD57 plus CD8 plus absolute lymphocytes. They ordered a CBC, which is complete blood count. Then the other labs are T3 reverse serum, which is something they don't normally order. T4 free, which is thyroxine. TSH reflux, and then they ordered anti-thyroxine paradase, OEBV, TT3, the lipid panel, IgG, IgM. So my CD57 plus CD8 plus absolute lymphocytes was 13. And the normal range for that is between 60 and 360. Anti-thyroxine paradase, mine was 29.43, so it's really high. And normal value is less than 5.61. Then the third one was OEBV, which is Epstein-Barr virus. And I didn't write my level down. My IgE is very low as well. I don't have a value for you, but it was really low. The OEBV shows that I've had Epstein-Barr virus and mononucleosis. Antithyroxine peroxidine. I'm not sure what the low numbers of that meant. What's the treatment? The drops. I told you about the drops. The foods to cut out, and the directions, you know, with the whole potato grain, dairy issue. And then I'm also going to be doing something called Constitutional Hydrotherapy for Home Application. And I have a big printout here. I'll put the very first paragraph in the description box. I always have such a hard time thinking of that word, description box, because it's really good and I want to read it to you. The purpose of this treatment is to stimulate a more rapid improvement in health, along with the application of specific dietary therapy and other measures. It is an integral part of most of our treatment protocols, but it has other applications. It can be used whenever there is a fever or febrile illness, or to ward off illness which is beginning to manifest. It is strengthening and healing to the digestive system, helps to normalize circulation, soothes the nervous system, stimulates eliminative and detoxifying processes. I think that's more cellular, and the way that your liver metabolizes toxins and the way your body excretes them. Let's see, and it stimulates the vital source. I'm not truly certain what the vital source is. That will probably make sense as I tell you how to do it. I'm not saying that you at home should be doing this without consulting a professional. For the constitutional hydrotherapy, how I was told to do this is you get a t-shirt or a towel that can wrap around yourself, and before you get in the shower, you put it in cold water. You immerse it in cold water and leave it there while you're showering. Take your shower as normal. Then when you get out, after you dry yourself, you right away, you take the shirt or the towel, you wring it out, you immediately put it on. If it's a towel, wrap it all the way up to here around yourself, and then right away put on something fleece. You could wrap yourself in a fleece blanket, then or wool, something wool. Most people these days probably have something fleece. Then you get into bed and you cover up with your covers. So I'd recommend putting a towel down so that your sheets don't get all wet. And you cover up with your covers and you stay there until you feel warm right here, and until, you know, warmth takes over and you don't feel a chill or cold. And he said right here to feel warm, or the shirt feels warm. So what does this mean in terms of rheumatology? I'm not expecting much acknowledgement of these lab values. I will explain my symptoms and what I'm doing about them. I will let them know I went to see a naturopathic doctor and ask them if they want to know about that, because I don't want to waste my time and energy and my breath giving them a bunch of information they don't care about. And they have said to me in the past, well, if we refer you to this or refer you to that, what are we going to do with that information? And so that sort of has set it in my mind that unless they suggest it, to them it's not important, no matter what I say. So they were not willing to order the labs. They said no. If this is Lyme's disease, this is how it's expressed itself in me, in this autoimmune disruption, autoimmune disease, and some neurologic like stuff, like the tremor. Oh, stop. It's just bad today. Some days it's worse, some days it's better. And then I want to talk to you about something exciting coming up. Dr. Kinley, the naturopathic doctor, I asked him if he ever does interviews, and he said yes. I will try to list the one he told me about up here if I can. And he agreed that I could do an interview for you viewers. So if you are interested in what naturopathic medicine is and you've never seen a naturopath before, if you're wondering if it's maybe a good thing to do, I want to do this interview because maybe I'm hoping it will give you more information. So what I need from you all as viewers is to leave me a message in the comments about what questions you would like to ask. Let me know so that I can ask questions that are important for you. Yeah, I'm really excited about that. Thank you so much for tuning in and viewing this video. I hope that it was helpful. Hearing about my experience, really hope that you enjoyed the insert of what the house was like, how it was styled. It just, and the scents in there, the aromatherapy was just fantastic. I really hope that you do feel some love coming through in these videos because I'm passionate about sharing and encouraging others, especially with chronic illness of any kind. And I wish you all health and wellness so much.